Sarah spent 11 months trying to make her first $2,000 online. Failed launch after failed launch. Gave up 7 times. Almost quit permanently. 3 years later, Sarah made $214,000 in 1 quarter. Easier than those first 2,000 ever were. How is making $214,000 easier than making 2,000? Because the first money isn't about the money, it's about the psychological breakthrough that happens when you prove to yourself that making money is a skill you possess. That breakthrough changes everything. Before it, every attempt feels impossible. After it, everything becomes scalable. Today, you're discovering why your first $5,000 will be the hardest money you ever make, and exactly how to force that breakthrough faster. Because once you understand what's actually stopping you, the first money stops being mysterious and starts being inevitable. Welcome to the Wealth Mind, where we decode the psychology behind prosperity. Here's what entrepreneurship researchers discovered. The first money is exponentially harder than subsequent money. Not because the work is harder, because the psychology is different. Before your first dollar, you're operating on faith. You believe making money is possible but have zero proof. After your first 1,000, you're operating on evidence. You prove to yourself that you possess money-making capability. That proof changes your brain's relationship with entrepreneurship completely. Most people quit before the breakthrough. They try for months, see no results, assume they're not capable, and stop. But the breakthrough was always coming. They just quit 3 weeks before it would have arrived. You're about to learn what's actually happening during those pre-breakthrough months and how to accelerate through them. Let's start with why the first money feels impossible when the 10,000 feels easy. Reason number 1, your first 5,000 is hardest. You have zero evidence you can do this. Before your first dollar, every action requires faith. Can I actually build something people want? Will anyone pay me? Am I capable of this? You have no proof, just hope. Hope is exhausting. It depletes with every failed attempt. After your first 1,000, you have evidence. You did it once. That proof eliminates the confidence gap. Now you know you're capable. The question changes from can I to how do I scale what I already proved works? This psychological shift makes everything easier. Same actions, different mental framework, completely different difficulty level. Meet James, 26 in 2019. Decided to start freelance web design. No clients, no portfolio, just YouTube tutorials and ambition. First month, sent 47 cold emails offering free websites to build portfolio. Got 3 responses, built 3 sites, none converted to paying work, $0. Second month, offered heavily discounted services. $50 for sites normally costing $500. Sent 60 emails, got 2 clients, made $100 total, minus expenses for hosting and tools. Net $23. Third month, exhausted. Is this even worth it? Maybe I'm not cut out for entrepreneurship. Everyone else seems to make money easily. What's wrong with me? Month 4, sent 30 emails, got 1 client, charged $200. First real money, but took so much emotional energy that James questioned whether he could sustain this. Month 6, still struggling, made $873 total over 6 months, $11 per email sent. This feels impossible. Month 8, something shifted, not in his skills, in his confidence. He'd made small amounts enough times that he stopped questioning whether he could. Started questioning how to do it better. Charged $300 per project. Got 3 clients, made $900 in 1 month, more than previous 6 months combined. Month 12, 18 clients, averaging $600 per project, made $7,200 that month. Same person, same skills. What changed? The confidence gap closed. He proved to himself he could make money. After that, making more money became a scaling problem instead of an existence problem. James told me, the first $900 took 8 months and destroyed my confidence daily. The next 10,000 took 3 months and felt easier than the first 900. Not because I got better at web design, because I stopped questioning whether I was capable and started optimizing a process I knew worked. The difficulty wasn't in the work. It was in believing I could do the work before I had proof. Before proof, your brain treats entrepreneurship as theoretical. Maybe I can make money. That maybe creates massive resistance. After proof, your brain treats entrepreneurship as factual. I can make money. I've done it. Now I just optimize. That certainty eliminates resistance. Same actions, different belief system. The first money is hard because you're fighting your own doubt with every attempt. Later, money is easy because doubt no longer exists. Reason number 2, your first 5,000 is hardest. You're learning everything simultaneously. First-time entrepreneurs don't realize they're building multiple skills at once. Marketing, sales, delivery, customer service, operations. Each one has a learning curve. You can't just be good at your core skill. You also need to find clients, close them, deliver quality, manage expectations, handle problems. That's 6 different skill sets being developed simultaneously. Later, you can hire for these, or you've mastered them. But at the beginning, you're terrible at all 6. That compounds difficulty exponentially. Your 10,000 is easier because you've isolated skills. You're good at marketing. You can focus on improving sales. Then, delivery. 1 skill at a time instead of 6 simultaneously. Meet Rachel, 29 in 2020. Decided to start social media management. She was good at creating content. That's 1 skill. But making money required 5 others. Finding clients she'd never done, pricing services she'd never sold, closing sales calls she'd never made, delivering results she'd never guaranteed, managing client expectations she'd never navigated. Month 1, spent 80 hours learning marketing, how to cold email, how to network, how to position services. Finally got 1 discovery call, completely botched it, didn't know how to handle objections, lost a client. Month 2, spent 60 hours learning sales, practiced handling objections, got better at calls, closed 1 client, then panicked. Now she had to actually deliver results. Had never managed a real client before. Overpromised, underdelivered. Client canceled after 1 month. Month 3, almost quit. This is too much. I have to be good at finding clients and closing them and delivering results and managing relationships. How is anyone supposed to do this? But she didn't quit. Kept learning. Each skill slowly improved. Month 6, marketing good enough to get calls consistently. Sales good enough to close 30%. Delivery good enough that clients stayed. Operations good enough to handle 3 clients without chaos. Made $4,300 that month. First real money. Month 12, all 6 skills competent. Could focus on optimizing one without others falling apart. Made $18,000 that month. Rachel told me, the first $4,000 took 6 months because I was learning 6 skills simultaneously. Every weakness in one skill destroyed progress in others. Bad marketing meant no sales practice. Bad sales meant no delivery practice. Everything was connected and I was terrible at everything. The next $14,000 took 1 month because I developed baseline competence in all 6. Now I could focus on improving 1 skill at a time while the others ran on autopilot. The difficulty wasn't in having more clients. It was in learning to juggle 6 skills before any of them were good. Simultaneous skill development creates overwhelming cognitive load. Your brain is trying to master 6 things at once. That's why the first money feels impossibly hard. Later, skills are internalized. You can market without thinking, close sales automatically, deliver confidently. Now you're just optimizing, not learning. The first $5,000 is hard because you're building the entire skill stack from zero. Later money is easier because the stack exists. You're just using it. Reason number 3, your first $5,000 is hardest. You don't know if what you're offering has market value. Before your first sales, everything is theoretical. You think people want this, but do they actually? Will they pay? Is your pricing right? Is your positioning clear? No idea, just guesses. Every attempt is testing guesses. Most guesses are wrong. After your first 1,000, you have market validation. People paid, they wanted what you offered, your offer has proven value. Now you just need more of those people. Finding more of something proven is easier than finding the first proof of something theoretical. Meet David. 32 in 2018, decided to sell online courses, built an entire course on productivity, 3 months of work, 217 hours creating content, launched, 4 people bought, made $196, minus course platform fees, net $142, 71 cents per hour of work. Devastating. 3 months for $142. This doesn't work. But David didn't quit. He asked the 4 buyers why they purchased. Their answer surprised him. They didn't want general productivity. They wanted specific help with email management. That was 1 module in his course. The only valuable part to them. David scrapped the entire course. Built 1 focused product, email management system, 10 hours of work instead of 200. Launched. 63 people bought. Made $3,274, $327 per hour of work. 4 months later, refined the offer based on feedback. Launched version 2, 192 people bought, made $12,800. Same person, same effort level. First offer had no market validation. He guessed what people wanted. Guess was wrong. Second offer had validation. He asked buyers what they needed. Need was clear. David told me, I spent 217 hours building something nobody wanted because I never validated the market. I thought I knew what people needed. I was completely wrong. The second product took 10 hours because I asked buyers exactly what they wanted before building. Validation eliminated guesswork. The first 3 months felt impossible because I was building blindly. The next 12,000 felt easy because I was building what I knew people would buy before I built it. Building without validation is guessing. Most guesses fail. Each failure compounds doubt. Was my guess wrong, or am I incapable? Building with validation is following evidence. Evidence tells you exactly what to build. Success becomes likely instead of random. The first money is hard because you're guessing. Later money is easier because you stopped guessing and started following validation. Reason number 4, your first 5,000 is hardest. You have no system, everything is chaos. First-time entrepreneurs reinvent the wheel daily. How do I find clients today? How do I price this project? How do I deliver this? Every decision is unique. Every action is manual. Nothing is repeatable. That creates massive inefficiency. After your first 1,000, you've developed systems. Client acquisition follows a process. Pricing uses a framework. Delivery has a checklist. Everything is repeatable. Repeatable processes are exponentially more efficient than unique decisions. That's why later money comes easier. You're running a system instead of making it up daily. Meet Lisa, 27 in 2021. Started freelance copywriting, no process, just chaos. Client inquires, Lisa panics. How much should I charge? What questions should I ask? When can I deliver? Makes up answers. Sometimes charges too little. Sometimes overpromises timelines. Every project is different. Every client interaction is reinvented. 6 months. Made $2,900. Exhausted constantly. Each project felt like starting over. Then Lisa got frustrated enough to systemize. Created a client questionnaire. Every new client got the same questions. Created a pricing calculator. Every project type had a formula. Created delivery templates. Every client got similar process. Next 3 months. Made $8,600. Easier than previous 6 months. Why? The system removed decision fatigue. She wasn't reinventing anything, just running the same process repeatedly. Year 2. Refined the system. Made $74,000. Process ran itself. She was optimizing, not creating. Lisa told me, the first 3,000 took 6 months because every client was a unique problem requiring unique solutions. I was exhausted making thousands of small decisions. The next 70,000 took 12 months because I'd systematized everything. Clients followed the same questionnaire, pricing followed the same calculator, delivery followed the same template. I stopped making decisions and started executing a system. System scale. Chaos doesn't. Your first money is hard because you're operating in chaos. Every action is unique. Every decision is new. That's incredibly inefficient. Document your process. Create templates. Build frameworks. Transform unique actions into repeatable systems. The first 5,000 happens in chaos. Everything after happens through systems. Systems make later money easier. Reason number 5, your first 5,000 is hardest. Your identity hasn't shifted yet. Before your first money, you're someone trying to make money. After your first 1,000, you're someone who makes money. That identity shift changes everything. You're no longer proving you can. You're repeating what you know you can. The psychological weight disappears. Actions that felt terrifying become normal. This is the real breakthrough. Not the money, the identity shift. Once you see yourself as someone capable of making money, making more money becomes natural instead of forced. Meet Michael, 31 in 2019. Tried to start consulting, failed for 11 months, made $327 total. Every morning, woke up doubting. Can I really do this? Maybe I should get a job. This isn't working. Month 12, got 1 client, charged $1,000, delivered, client was happy, paid without hesitation. That night, something shifted. I'm not someone trying to be a consultant anymore. I am a consultant. I did it. I charged professional rates, delivered professional results, got paid professionally. That identity shift changed everything. Next month, charged $1,500. Didn't feel like a fraud. Felt like someone worth that amount because he'd proven it. 3 months later, 8 clients, averaging $2,000 per client, made $16,000 that quarter. Michael told me, the first 327 took 11 months because I was operating from an identity of someone trying to make money. Every action felt like pretending. The next 16,000 took 3 months because my identity has shifted to someone who makes money. Same actions, but now they felt natural instead of fraudulent. The breakthrough wasn't in my skills. It was in how I saw myself. Your first money is hard because your identity hasn't caught up to your ambitions. You're trying to act like someone you don't believe you are. The first money forces the identity shift. You prove to yourself you're capable. That proof changes your self-concept. Actions that felt impossible become normal. The breakthrough isn't making the money. It's becoming someone who makes money. After that, everything else is scaling. 5 reasons your first 5,000 is harder than your first 100,000. 1. Confidence gap. Before proof, you're operating on faith. After proof, you're operating on evidence. 2. Skill stack requirement. First money requires learning 6 skills simultaneously. Later money uses skills already mastered. 3. Validation uncertainty. Before sales, you're guessing what the market wants. After sales, you know what works. 4. System absence. First money happens in chaos. Later money happens through repeatable systems. 5. Identity shift. Before breakthrough, you're someone trying. After breakthrough, you're someone who does. Sarah spent 11 months making her first 2,000. Felt impossible. 3 years later, made 214,000 in 1 quarter. Felt easier. The difficulty inverted because a psychological breakthrough happened. She proved to herself she could make money. After that, making more money was just scaling what she knew worked. If you're struggling with your first money, you're not incapable. You're pre-breakthrough. The breakthrough is coming. The difficulty is temporary. The proof you're building is permanent. After your first 5,000, everything changes. Not because you're smarter, because you've proven to yourself that making money is a skill you possess. That proof eliminates doubt. Without doubt, everything becomes easier. Keep going. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Comment your current monthly income below. Let's track your journey to first 5,000 together. Subscribe to The Wealth Mind if you want more psychology explaining why entrepreneurship feels different at different stages, because understanding what's happening makes the journey possible instead of mysterious.